If I were to give you one piece of advice to take away from this video, I would say Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Becca, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Today's video is one that I'm so excited for. If you didn't see my last video, I asked if you guys would be interested in seeing an advice video about entering college and just an advice video on things that I wish I knew before I started college. And a few of you said that you'd be interested in seeing that, and so that's why I'm filming today's video. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I post multiple videos a week, and I would love if you join the fam. Don't forget to comment down below because I respond to everybody's comments. I love chatting with you guys and I love interacting with you. It honestly means so much when you guys interact with me. Drop a comment down below and we can chat. Something to note is that I went to a commuter school. This means that I didn't stay on campus and I didn't have a dorm and I drove to school every day. So this video is coming from a commuter's perspective. I went to Utah Valley University for my very first year of school, and I've now transferred to the U, so the University of Utah. I'm going to be a sophomore this coming school year, which is kind of weird to think about, but also super exciting. Even though I was a commuter, I feel like there's a lot of things that I learned that are still beneficial to anybody that's starting college, as well as if you're already in school and you're not a freshman. I think there's things in this video that will be beneficial to everyone and anyone in college. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is taking advantage of the space on campus. What I mean by this is take advantage of the library, study room, quiet places on campus for you to study. As a commuter, this was pretty easy because I went to school for school. I studied and did my homework at school, and then I went home. I mean, you're paying for it anyways. Might as well go to the library to study or go to a study room and have some quiet time where you are able to study and focus. I know that after your classes, you just want to go home and take a nap and forget about school. Something that was really helpful was taking the time after class to go to the library and do my homework. During my first semester, I had a math class at 7 a.m. I know, so early. And then right after, I had 4 hours because my next class didn't start till 12. With that time, I was able to study and get a lot of my homework taken care of and done. So when I was at home, I could be at home and have fun. I highly recommend that if you can fit that into your schedule, to set aside time in your schedule to study at school and to just have a time every day where you can focus and do your homework. Another thing is that your dorm is where your bed is. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I try to do homework in my bed, I tend to fall asleep. So that also wasn't very helpful. This was like a long rant, but basically take advantage of the space on campus. Okay, the next thing I want to say is that teachers want to help you. Contrary to popular belief, they do want to help you succeed. In those big lecture classes, it feels like you don't even need to be there and that your teacher doesn't care that you're there or not. I know it's kind of intimidating to go from high school, which is like a 30-to-1 ratio, to a lecture hall, which is 300-to-1, and that is scary, but there are things that you can do to make it feel more personal with your teacher, to feel like you're getting the help that you need. Something that I did a lot, I actually emailed my teachers when I needed help. They want to help you, or just emailing the TAs if you guys have teacher assistants in your classes. If you are confused about something, don't be afraid to reach out to them. Another tip that I learned is to sit closer to the front. This will help you to get to know your teacher a little more, but get to know your name. It's always better to get to know your teacher rather than being in the very back row and not talking and not participating. That's so easy to do. Trust me, I did that. Honestly, if you can push yourself a little bit to just sit closer to the front, chances are you're gonna get better grades, make friends. You'll probably have an overall better experience in the class. Basically, the whole wrap up of that is your teachers want to help you. The next thing is to try to make friends in your classes. I know it's so scary and college kids are so scary. Honestly, if you push yourself a little bit, you'll be so grateful for having the confidence to say hi to someone on the very first day of class. If you guys will believe it, I'm actually a pretty introverted person. If you already know me, you probably don't really understand that. But if you don't know me, I'm pretty to myself at first. You probably can't tell, but I'm super introverted through YouTube. It's weird because I'm like an introvert extrovert. Push yourself to make friends. Sit by somebody that you want to be friends with. Honestly, just say hi. I made some friends the first week of school just because I sat by them and said hi. I feel like there's a lot of people in college that are nice though, and they probably want to be your friend. My tip from that is just to make friends, and they're not as scary as they might look or they might seem. Another thing is that your friendships can turn into study groups, and study groups are so good. This goes off of the friend thing. If you can, find a group of people in your class that you can study with. It will help you so much, and you'll be able to help each other out, and it will be just an overall good thing for everyone. The next thing that I want to say is to just go to class. You guys, a lot of people don't go to class in college because they don't have to, and they think that they don't need to be there because it's college, and they were told that they don't have to go to class when they're in college. Your grade is reflected upon your attendance. The teachers, depending, can be pretty lenient or pretty non-lenient when it comes to attending the classes. Typically, what I've seen is that they'll say, okay, you can miss this many classes, and then it'll start hurting your grade. It's true, in college, you're not required to go to class. For the most part, I mean, you can do what you want. They're not gonna call your mom and ask where you are, but it's only hurting you if you don't go. I don't know about you guys, but before I started college, I was so nervous. I didn't even know where my classes were, much less where to park or anything like that. Something that I suggest that you do is to go to the campus, check it out if you haven't already. Once you have put your schedule together, find your classes and just kind of work out even just the first day of school, like walk around, or even just plan where you're gonna park, because on the first day of school, everybody's nervous. Well, maybe not everybody, but most people are pretty nervous. The last thing you wanna worry about is where to park or where to go. I did this like 2 weeks before school started, and it was great. I didn't worry about where I needed to be or where I needed to go. The next thing I wanna say is that you don't need to have your major picked out before you go to college. If you think that you need to have your life figured out and you have to have your major on the first day of class, that is not true. You don't have to know what you wanna be when you go to college even. 2 years in, you don't even need to know what you're gonna do. Personally, I have always known what I wanted to do or what I wanted to go into. I've always been interested in nursing and the medical field. That's something that I've been working on since even before college, but it's okay if you don't know what you want to do, and it's okay if you don't have your major picked out. You can go to college undeclared and you can figure it out along the way. Take classes from different majors and see what you're interested in. So yeah, don't stress about your major before you need to stress about it. Something that I really enjoyed my first year was having all of my classes in the early morning to the afternoon. As you get more into school, this will be less of a freedom to you because there's certain times for certain classes and you don't really get to choose. But for generals, which is what I was doing my first year of college, I had more of a choice of when I would have my classes because there were more offered. And I chose to have all of my classes in the morning, and then I was done every day by 2. And on some days I was done even earlier than that. On some days I was done at 11. If you can schedule all of your classes in the morning and then just be done every day by 12 or something like that, try to do that. Or unless the only thing you can fit in is evening classes, or if that's just something you want, that's totally up to you. Another thing to go with that, if you can fit this in your schedule, I got lucky with this, but I didn't have classes on Fridays for my first semester. For my second semester, I didn't have classes Friday or Monday, so I literally got a 4-day weekend every week, and it was one of the best things ever. In order to do that, I had to take like a later afternoon / night class, and it was once a week, but it was worth it to have that 4-day weekend. I'd rather be at, personally, I would rather be at school longer on a Wednesday than to be in class or go to school on a Friday. So that's just something that I liked to do. Another thing that was so helpful was a website called Rate My Professor. This website is gonna be your best friend if you use it. Basically, people go on, students go on, and they rate their professors, and they just kind of talk about the class. This isn't required, like college students don't have to do this. I never put a review on, but I was glad that some students did because it helped me know which teachers to choose for my schedule. And basically you can search up your university and then search up a teacher that you're interested in taking, and then you can see their rating overall from college students. This was such a helpful website to me because I was able to get the best teachers that I could. I was able to see what to look for when I was in the class, like if it was reading heavy or writing heavy or something like that. Okay, the next thing that I want to say is to get involved in your school. This is easier said than done, I know. Personally, I know. Probably for some of you, it's not scary at all and you can go and be social and be a social butterfly to everyone and anyone. But some of us, like myself, it's hard. I'm telling you right now, get involved. Join a group, or maybe you join a class that you just want to do for fun. Do something that helps you enjoy college a little more. College is fun, but it's definitely what you make it. So yeah, a tip that I have is to just get involved. Do something that is fun. Go to the basketball games, go to the football games. If I were to give you one piece of advice to take away from this video, I would say that you don't need to be afraid of going to college. I know that it's scary and it's new and it's something you've never done before, but that's okay. And that's what makes it awesome, because you'll be able to have new experiences, meet new people, make new friends. I'm excited for you guys. Also, be yourself. That's the other thing I would say. College is, in a way, a place to start new because it's not high school. It's not the same kids you've been going to school with for the past, like, what, 12 years? So college is a nice place to start fresh and start new. Whew, yeah, all right, well, I don't even know if this video is gonna be a long video. I've just been talking to a camera for like 30 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope it helps even a little bit. I wish you guys good luck when you start school this year. I don't know what it'll bring because of COVID and everything, but yeah. If you have any other questions, comment them down below. And if you have video suggestions that you'd like to see me do, comment those down below too. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, bye!